Good morning or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. It is Thursday, June 15, 2017, and I think it's going to be a quick one today. If you saw the podcast live on YouTube last night, congratulations. You are one of few, because that bitch got deleted. And you'll say, why? We want to hear what you guys had to say. No, you didn't. No. Not only that, if you were so inclined, you would have joined us live, but also that it was awful. And we were disorganized. There was nothing to talk about but E3, and I despise E3. It's one fucking week-long commercial for money-sucking, malevolent... This is my problem. I was in a I-hate-everything kind of mood, kind of unconsciously channeling my inner Nate. And Sebastian was super frustrated with me because I couldn't let things go, and Mark didn't have much to say, and it was redundant and boring and angry. Now, about that bit of a rant I almost went on earlier, I love video games, and I play them all the time, but I have come to loathe the video game industry. I can only see them now, most of, the big names in video game making, as malevolent, greedy forces who dish out mostly the same repetitive garbage because they know it will make them money, or at least, well, they have a pretty damn good idea. And I'm sick of it. When it comes to E3, it's 101 sequels and remasters and games I don't care about. I don't know why that is. I think, as I described last night in the podcast, I've had a very sour experience with money spent on video games in the last, year. First, there was Titanfall 2. That dropped off so quick, $60 down the drain. Then there's Battlefield 1. And I am so sick of that game. It is so annoying, which is... The reason why that bothers me so much is because I love Battlefield. And I do love what Battlefield 1 could be. I love the potential of it. But it just isn't the game that holds me... Well, it isn't a game that doesn't annoy me. It's god-awful annoying. You fucking die constantly. And it's this horrible chaos. Anyway. So, and then there was Styx Shards of Darkness. Mechanically, it was still pleasantly wonky like the last one. But otherwise, quite a shit game. And there are other examples. In the last year, I've spent about $200 on video games that I totally regret. My buyer's remorse is so deep, I can't help but look at the entire video game industry as something loathsome. The only good things to come out of my last year worth of purchases is Astroneer. Astroneer, I love Astroneer. And the strange thing is, it's not even a very good game. It's alpha. There isn't a lot to do. But I've put 100 hours into it, and I'm not even close to finished. So, there you have it. The AAA peddlers can push out these fantastical, beautiful presentations all year round, every year. And some indie dev can come along and just trump them right out. So yeah, I guess that's why I've been making my short form material on such serious subjects, more consequential matters. Because I tire of what the video game industry is. And again, I love video games. I just mostly despise the companies that make them, not the people. I know you programmers and artists and animators and everyone, all the people who do the legwork, I know you want to make something beautiful and awesome that the whole world can love and share. It's not your fault. I know that. It's broader than the individuals who do the hard work to make the games. So I don't know which direction the podcast is going to take. We had a short conversation about it last night on the Skype call, and then Sebastian and I had a longer conversation about it. And we got to get away from the negativity. I know that we call ourselves Three Cynics, but it's just a name. And we do see cynicism in a lot of things. But cynicism and negativity are, well, they're different. And here's the thing about concentrating on video games. One, and I think worst of all, is Mark doesn't have much to say about video games. He's a gamer, and he loves games the way I do, but he doesn't think conversations about video games are very interesting at all. So he doesn't have a lot of input, and that stinks. Because when Mark talks, when he has something real to say, it's almost always interesting or entertaining. So video games don't get him talking. 2, Nate hates everything most of the time. So he brings enough negativity to the table. 3, I can't add to that negativity. And my perception of the video game industry right now is it will do nothing but double down on Nathan's negativity and repel the wonderful positivity that Sebastian brings to the podcast. So I think we're going to mix it up. I think we're going to do different subsections or categories. We'll still talk about gaming, just far less, because the reasons I laid out. But we have a great many things to say about other things. And that's what we're going to do. So, more than likely, there is no podcast this week, unless we decide to record something else, which I don't think is going to happen. Because I don't keep local recordings of the podcast. Seems like a waste of my hard drive space and effort and energy. And I deleted it from YouTube. It's gone forever. And proponents of posterity in the audience, I don't think there's many of you. What can I say? Not this time. Thanks for joining me for the ride. I'll probably do another one tomorrow. I don't know how often I'm gonna do these things, but that's okay. I've been pretty good about it thus far. Look for my live streams. You know I'll be on Sunday morning. And maybe Saturday night, I don't know yet. So, see you then.